Hey everybody, Bart here, and check out this familiar location. So, I haven't been here in a very long time. Y'all probably haven't seen this room in a very long time. So hopefully it gives you a little motivation to see something familiar, to get up and move. So go ahead and get on up. Let's take a moment, stand up, assess the body, see where we're tight. We're about to dive into some stretches. So starting as always with our arms out, working into some gentle arm circles. And I know I'm a bit late today. I had some technical difficulties, so this one's coming out quite a bit later than I wanted it to. We'll take those circles backwards. And I had to get a little creative with how I'm doing this. I'm adapting. We're all adapting. That's just something we have to do this year. Relax. Let's roll out our shoulders. Get our waist involved. Ooh, that feels good. One benefit though, more than likely, is this video is going to be available faster. And so that's awesome. Usually it takes about 12 hours to compress if you've missed it live. Let's get a couple more. All right, working into our 10 huts. We'll inhale, pinch the shoulder blades together. Exhale, bring the forearms to touch. Inhale, pinch the shoulder blades together. Exhale, bring the forearms to touch. We'll get about 8 more of these, trying to really open up the chest. Work the breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. I have a much bigger environment to work with, so that's really cool. That's exciting. I don't have to worry about running into anything in my tiny little 514 square foot apartment. All right, relax. Working into some march in place. Now, I made the best of that tiny apartment. It served me well. I'm still able to accomplish every exercise I want. And with this clean air, I haven't missed a step of my cardio. That was probably one of the toughest parts of this whole year. Forest fires really just made everything so much more intense. Couldn't get out. For our health, we had to really stay inside. Plug the doors, plug the windows. I myself put 2 HEPA air filters in my house to make sure that I wasn't consuming any more of that smoke particulate than I had to. All right, working our butt kickers. Getting good coordination with our upper and lower, right and left, waking up our central nervous system. It's Thursday, which means we've done a lot of work this week, so we might be a little bit foggier up here. Working into our heel taps. I feel last night's run for sure right here in my outer hip. Probably the 4th time I've already done this morning. Let's shake it out. Roll out the wrists. Stretch the hands. Stretch the fingers. Make a tight fist. Very good. Working into some gentle rotation. The other benefit of having this bigger space is that I can actually fit on screen a whole lot easier. If you haven't met me, I'm 6'3". And that's tough sometimes when you have very limited space to actually fit on screen. This will make it so much easier for me to describe exercises, stretches. That's the caveat of being here. Get a couple more. I won't have to tilt the screen as much. Working into our lunge calf and oblique stretch. You can actually see my feet now. Stepping back, putting pressure on my right heel, driving it in towards the floor. I'm lunging forward. Now, in various stretch breaks before, I've taught this dropping motion, loosening up the Achilles, loosening up the calf structures. And I've also taught this hip movement, working the hip flexor. Coming back to our lunge calf and oblique stretch, we'll take left hand, left thigh, and we'll reach right arm to the sky, reaching length out of your fingertips. I'm actually fully on screen right now, which is glorious. You can see that my palm is down towards the top of my head. You can see the full stance of my legs. There's a bit of balance here. And so if you need to have a chair, wall, or couch nearby to actually perform the stretch, make sure it's there. All right, switching sides. So let's take a moment to set up, lifting, and setting the heel. Getting more limber in our leg. So this is the thigh, below the knee is the leg. It seems very, very trivial, but it does help in description. Now let's work the hip. And if I'm going too fast, like hip flexor, it's what crosses the hip joint from the thigh. All right, now let's work into that lunge, taking right hand, right thigh, left hand to the sky. You see how there's that little built-in rhyme that helps you orient yourself to this stretch. Now, I've been working in industrial and corporate environments for nearly a decade, and I was already a yoga and flexibility expert when I began, but this stretch was presented to me by some of my mentors, and it's not yoga, but it's one of my favorites. So I hope that you enjoy it as much as me. I know I delight in certain things that not everybody does. That's okay. Let's work ourselves through. Working into our back extension. Rolling the shoulders back, taking the hands to the hips, lifting the chest, looking up. Dropping the chin, rocking the right ear right, left ear left. Let's go ahead and do our standing neck press down, pushing down through left arm, dropping right ear over towards right shoulder, taking your eyes to look left and upwards. Let's take about 5 breaths. Back through center. Pressing down to that right arm, dropping left ear over, turning the eyes up and to the right. Very good. Hands on the hips, looking out over the left shoulder. And then turning the eyes over the right shoulder, turning the neck. And back through center. All right. Working into our standing quad stretch, we'll take right hand to right ankle. Again, if we need to hold on to a chair, the table, the wall, the couch, whatever you need to do to stay balanced. We could always take a strap or a towel to lasso this right ankle so that we can actually achieve the stretch. I am reaching forward, using my left arm like a balancing rod, and I'm focusing and falling while I'm talking. Focusing my eyes on something not moving. Now I'll admit, I'm terrific at this stretch, and something as simple as this change in environment has completely thrown me off. I'm so used to what I'm used to now. Relax. Something as subtle as this floor, wearing shoes. I haven't worn shoes while I've done this stretch in quite some time. And I haven't been on floor like this in quite some time. This is much easier than what I'm used to, and still, the proprioceptors in my ankle are less aware of this environment. So the proprioceptors are those tiny little balancing centers. It's kind of the consciousness of your joint that recognize a particular area and space. And they send you feedback so that your body knows where it is. And I haven't been here in so long that it feels foreign to my foot, to my proprioceptors. It's truly bizarre. Shaking it out. Now we've talked about chest using the wall, using a door frame. Let's talk about chest expansion. Interlacing our fingers behind our hips. Maybe shaking it out. Now this is hard for a lot of bodies, so I'll give you a modification. I can stretch one arm at a time, still stretching my chest open and back. This is a modification, I call it shaking hands. Let's check that out on the other side. Shaking hands. And I'll do it for right now. I have a couple appointments to attend to, so I appreciate all of you who will view this video today because it'll be up faster than those who will view it in the future. As always, take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day, and hopefully we'll see each other soon. All right, take care.